Welcome back to the deep dive. So you gave us a really fascinating stack of material this
That
week.
was an interesting one.
Yeah, it's all about this massive intersection between the tech we use every day, our holiday traditions, and that big psychological hurdle of starting New Year's resolutions.
Right.
You want the fast track to understanding not just what we use, but how these tools are really changing the shape of the season for us. And that's our mission today. We're aiming for pure, actionable insight.
Yeah, and our sources for this deep dive, they came from a pretty focused conversation that used, common consumer tech things like fitness trackers, smart speakers, streaming platforms as case studies.
Okay.
And while a lot of the examples did center around one specific ecosystem, the real focus was on the, let's call it the design philosophy, frictionless tech, and how it helps us manage the chaos of late December.
Exactly. This isn't a product guide. Our goal is to unpack how using technology intentionally can simplify your life, give you those motivational pushes for new habits, and, maybe most importantly, strengthen connections when time is short.
It's all about ease and immediate practical
So,
benefit.
okay, so let's unpack this. Let's start right where the calendar turns. New Year's resolutions.
Of course.
Sticking to a new goal it's incredibly difficult because life gets in the way.
It always does.
And the sources suggest the best tech for that, or even as a gift, is the kind that it's simple. It minimizes what you have to think about.
What's fascinating here is the psychology. I mean, a fitness tracker isn't valuable because it counts steps.
Right.
It's valuable because it creates this instant feedback loop. It shifts your goal from something in your head to a number, an external quantifiable data point you can see.
So instead of just thinking, I should be more active, you're looking at your wrist and seeing a number that gives you this, objective status.
Precisely. It turns this abstract desire into a real task. It keeps the goal front and center, and that little nudge is often the difference between a goal that lasts 3 weeks and a real habit.
And, okay, so if you're hitting the gym or even just walking more, you need to remove every single barrier.
Everyone.
Which brings us to wireless headphones. I mean, the obvious benefit is no messy cables, but what's the real psychological advantage there?
The advantage is what we call friction reduction. Devices that pair instantly, that switch between your phone and your laptop seamlessly. They remove those tiny frustrating steps that cause you to hesitate.
The little micro hesitations.
Yeah. If you have to spend 45 seconds trying to connect your headphones every time, that's 45 seconds of negative feedback that might just make you skip the workout next time. It needs to be automatic.
That's a great point. It's not the gadget, it's about reducing the chance for you to say, forget it.
Right.
But you don't have to break the bank to get that, do you?
No, absolutely not. And the sources made that very clear. While the premium options often lead the way with the seamless tech, the basic convenience, just getting rid of the tangled cord. That's available everywhere now.
So it's the design philosophy, not the price tag.
Exactly.
Okay, so moving from personal goals to the, let's be honest, high-stress environment of the home during the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, between the hosting, the cooking, the coordinating, the house itself needs some help.
And if we stick with this idea of friction reduction, a smart speaker really emerges as this foundational holiday helper. I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
During Christmas prep, your hands are always messy.
Or full or sticky. You're wrestling a turkey. You're trying to wrap a present. You can't touch a screen.
Exactly. The power is voice control. You don't have to stop what you're doing. You can just say, hey, Siri, play some Christmas music. And instantly the whole vibe of the room changes.
And you haven't lost a single second of focus.
Right. And it goes from that to being a kitchen assistant, setting a precise timer for the roast, to just making the whole place feel festive.
I know my sister loves hers for recipe lookups. Trying to balance a big cookbook on a counter it's a mess. And using your phone with flour on your hands is even worse.
It delivers what you need right when you need it. The core value isn't its computing power, it's that it works hands-free. And that's really the key takeaway here. The best tech for this chaotic season just removes friction, makes life easier and, a little more fun.
That makes perfect sense. But removing friction isn't just about chores, is it? It's about removing the friction of distance itself.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about the single biggest use for technology during the holidays: connection.
Absolutely. If you look at the data, nothing else is more important than keeping those family bonds strong, especially when people are far apart. The sources were clear that high-quality video calling it's essential now. It's not a novelty anymore.
The sources had that really great anecdote about the family who schedules a big video call with the grandparents right when the kids start opening presents.
It's so much more than a quick hello.
It's a sustained interaction. It transforms the experience from a passive phone call into this like shared moment.
You can hear the wrapping paper tear, you see the kid's reaction, you see the grandparents' reaction to the kid's reaction. It uses tech to simulate being there, and it genuinely closes the distance.
That sharing idea leads right into the explosion of photos and videos we all take. The lights, the tree, the food.
And then the dreaded email thread weeks later trying to collect them all.
Exactly. So how has that problem been solved?
Well, what's fascinating is how simple tools like shared digital albums have just fixed this. The sources noted that this turns the holiday photo dump into an instant collaborative memory book.
So everyone can see them in real time.
In real time, the memories are freshest right after they happen, and this makes sure that everyone can relive those moments immediately. It turns a bunch of different photo libraries into one single story.
And bringing it back to the kitchen for a second, beyond the smart speaker, what about a tablet for recipes? Why is that better than a cookbook?
It's about optimizing for the environment. A tablet has a backlit screen, so no more squinting. You can search recipes instantly, and most importantly, you can just wipe it down.
It's designed for a messy, high-pressure kitchen.
It is. It's just a better interface than a heavy book that keeps falling shut.
And we can't forget the kids. The sources mention those novelty apps, like the ones for tracking Santa on Christmas Eve.
A great example of technology enhancing a tradition, not replacing it.
How so?
Well, watching the weather report is one thing, but seeing a virtual sleigh get closer and closer on a map, which the kids like the nephew in the sources check all day long, it creates this prolonged, engaging sense of anticipation that just wasn't possible before.
That is a powerful point. So we've covered utility, connection, memory. But here's where it gets really interesting.
Right.
Because we have to ask the big question our sources posed. Are we trading tradition for convenience? Is tech, by making things easier, somehow replacing the meaning of our traditions?
That is the critical question, isn't it? But the finding from the analysis was pretty firm. No, technology isn't replacing the important parts. The time together, the shared experience.
It's adding to them.
It's adding new tools to celebrate. It's often about optimizing the timing and the quality of those celebrations.
I have to challenge that a little, though. Let's take watching a Christmas movie. Growing up, that meant waiting for it to air on TV, sitting through commercials, everyone crowding around at one specific time. Wasn't that scheduled inconvenience part of the tradition?
It was a constraint of the medium, yeah. But the sources suggest we're trading a tradition of scheduled time for a tradition of quality time.
Explain that.
The streaming shift is the perfect example. Before, you watched what was on. Now, you could pick any movie you want. The sources mentioned a family that watches The Grinch every year. They could start it the second the family is actually ready, not 5 minutes before someone has to arrive.
So we've gotten rid of the waiting, the commercials, the fixed schedule. We've upped the quality. The sources did praise that, and we let the family sync up on their own time.
Exactly. We're using technology to take control over our time, which during the holidays is the most precious resource there is.
And speaking of stress and time, let's talk about online shopping. This was cited as maybe the biggest stress reliever of all.
Oh, easily. The sources detailed the benefits perfectly. You can buy thoughtful presents from your sofa, avoiding the noise, the crowds, the parking nightmares.
I remember those lines. So this reduction in stress isn't just a minor thing.
It's huge. It dramatically increases your available mental bandwidth, and that leads right to the main outcome. More time to actually relax and enjoy the holiday with the people you care about.
So if we're going to wrap this all up, our sources seem to prove that technology, when you use it intentionally, can make the holidays easier, more connected, and just a bit more magical.
I think that captures it perfectly. By removing those little points of friction and giving us back control of our time, technology helps us focus our energy where it actually matters, bringing people closer together no matter where they are.
That's a powerful takeaway. But since the whole idea here was using tech to save you time and reduce stress, that leaves us with a final thought for you, the listener. If technology successfully saves you that time and stress, how do you intentionally reinvest it? How do you use that reclaimed time to deepen the very connections that the technology helped you make in the first place?
Something to ponder as you look at your own habits.
Indeed. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. And from all of us here, we wish you a great start in 2026.